Hey, what's up? John here, Chief Motivator over at Method 3 Fitness, coming at you with another digital learning experience. And I'm excited to have Sarah Popp here with us today. She is a licensed acupuncturist of Lokahi Acupuncture in Willow Glen area?
Willow Glen.
Perfect. Okay, great. So today we're going to be talking about how to improve the way you move and think a little bit, because there's some awesome things that Chinese medicine can bring to the table as an alternative to some of the things that we're used to within Western medicine. So I'm excited to kind of dive into some of those things with Sarah today, especially for a lot of you watching that are in pain in certain places and trying to just be better, or maybe just a little high stressed and the adrenal glands are a little taxed and we're looking for a way to improve the way we think too. So let's, Sarah, I'm gonna let you kind of take a note. Let's dive into what specifically coming up, I guess a couple of modalities we're gonna discuss today.
Yes, correct. So Chinese medicine, it's a full and complete system of medicine. So most people are generally familiar with acupuncture, and acupuncture specifically for pain. But Chinese medicine is inclusive of cupping, which we have here, and we might do a little bit of demoing of that today. And then gua sha therapy, also called spooning or scraping, as well as acupuncture and herbal therapies. And so
acupuncture, can you just let's start with that one real quick. That and as we dive into a little bit of the Chinese medicine here, so she has her trusty doll to show us exactly what's going on.
Yes.
So because I think a lot of people get scared and they're thinking needles.
Absolutely.
I already hate going to the doctor and getting needles and poked and probbed.
Yes.
And so can you tell us a little bit about what the difference is with acupuncture?
Yeah, absolutely. So most people are familiar with needles in the form of getting a shot or having blood drawn or going to the dentist, and of course those are quite uncomfortable. But acupuncture needles are quite thin and they're not hypodermic needles, so we're not actually injecting anything into the skin. We're just using these small needles that most of the time, once they're inserted, you can hardly feel them, and most people actually have a really enjoyable experience and rest or meditate while being with the needles. So that fear is absolutely natural, and we speak about that with every patient. So.
And the premise of placing the needles, I'm sure it's different for different people.
Yes.
But what's kind of the overarching premise within the body? We're trying to align some things,
so
right?
With acupuncture, there are kind of three main things to think of in more biomedical terms, and one is increasing circulation, so promoting blood flow, reducing inflammation, and then also stimulating the body's homeostasis mechanism, so bringing the body into balance. And we have a whole complex theories in which we understand that as a medical provider, and that's kind of here with the acupuncture dolls, that we have concepts of meridians and chi and blood. So
chi is kind of like your body's natural energy. Is that how
so
you?
Chi, one way to kind of translate that, which is hard to do, and a lot of Chinese medicine can be hard to translate, but one way is as energy. So energy flowing in the body.
Got it. Okay. And you're trying to reduce inflammation or promote blood flow to kind of help unlock those meridians or chi to help the body just perform better. Okay. Hey, how about that? Just rewind that and watch that again so you get that, guys.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay, so that's the acupuncture side.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And that can help with things like the pain management, or if I have a recurring injury or things like that. Is that something? Okay.
Yeah, acupuncture is fantastic for pain, and many studies have shown its benefits in that regard. But also for stress, acupuncture is fantastic because it helps to bring the body more into a parasympathetic mode. So that's rest and digest versus fight or flight.
Go.
Sympathetic mode, which many of us can be in that mode when we're stressed. So.
Yeah, and I think so. Hopefully you guys caught that, and I can attest to that. I've had acupuncture a few times, and it is great for bringing you kind of to that resting parasympathetic state when we're here. And I think for those of you watching this that are in the Bay Area, I think a lot of times we tend to operate in this area a lot, and so
especially holidays.
Oh gosh, good point. And that sympathetic system gets taxed like crazy. And it is a phenomenal way to just use that time to meditate and kind of have time for yourself. It's a great alternative if you don't feel like being poked and prodded and manipulated for a massage. It's a great alternative to that, especially for the stress at least, also for the pain management. But
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what were you mentioned two other things as well?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Another one that is gaining more popularity, especially with Olympic athletes. People are seeing these markings, and that is from a modality, a Chinese medical modality called cupping. And so I brought some of my cups here today, and these are used to help also increase blood flow and circulation, and to sort of, I think of it almost as like a reverse massage in a way, where we're really suctioning, usually by fire or pump suction, to create space in between the fascia and the muscles. And so used for musculoskeletal issues, injuries, but also to help upregulate the immune system. So it has many functions, but definitely for pain management.
Awesome.
Really
okay, great.
fantastic.
And I think, are we going to be able to demo that today?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Demo that
cool.
Today.
Beautiful.
Yes. So generally, I love to use cupping more on the upper back and shoulders, but today we're going to do a little bit of a demoing with that with John and his legs. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just to move your pant up a little bit here. And so what I'm going to do now is to walk us through the process here. And so there are a few different ways that you can do cupping. And at our clinic, we love to do cupping, most of us, with the suction created by fire. And so I'm going to go ahead and let me just soak this cotton ball.
Well, Sarah's doing that. I think hopefully you guys caught it is, if you do follow some of the Olympic athletes, really, like you'll see these various little bruises and you're like, what are they doing to their bodies? What's their trainer doing to them? And it's this modality which has really been proven to be very effective with these musculoskeletal injuries or just pain. And so I think a lot of us carry a lot of this, whether it's stress or just tension from the different workouts we're doing, all in our neck and upper back and between the shoulder blades and things like that. So yeah, typically, we're demoing this right now on my leg, but I'm probably going to go back and have it done on the places she just said. So
yeah, it feels really good. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to place one cup on your leg here. So there we go. So that's how it's done. That's how it looks. And oftentimes with cupping, we can move the cups and glide it along the surface of the skin. And cupping is really amazing for us as practitioners because it allows us to see the color that comes. So those markings, those are actually therapeutic and diagnostic for us. They help us to assess where any, as we would say in Chinese medicine, stuck qi and blood exists in the tissue, and where we need to invite the body to increase circulation so fresh oxygenated blood can flow. And yeah, and it also helps to relieve the joints of muscular stress and relax shortened muscles. So there's a lot, and even so much that Western medicine or science that we haven't completely put words to describe the benefits of acupuncture and cupping. So
well, and I think that's part of it is like and so just so you guys know, this is not really,
okay?
it's not really causing any discomfort or anything. I can feel it.
You can see.
And there's my
his little marking.
There's my little marking and bruise.
Which is not dark at all and will clear quickly because it looks like you have, at least in that.
Some decent circulation. There's blood flowing in there. That's good.
There is.
So,
there certainly is.
But I can see how, so no real discomfort, didn't hurt. You can feel it. It's almost like someone's just pulling up your skin a little bit. So, but the advantages of bringing that blood flow, separating the muscle from the fascia, I can see that be very beneficial, especially in those areas you're discussing. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And another modality that I like to utilize is gua sha, which is similar to cupping in the bringing fresh circulation to the tissues. And what I love about gua sha is that oftentimes people will feel immediate relief from treatment, which especially in other settings where it can take a while for the treatment to set in, to have something that's so immediate is quite refreshing.
Yeah. And so how does that get used? Is that something we can see in action?
We can see it in action.
Perfect.
Yeah. So with gua sha, we can use a variety of different tools. I am using a jade tool today. And so as we do with cupping with gua sha, it's generally used with oils, and these oils can be inclusive of herbs that also help to bring circulation. And so that's
great to breathe in right now, by the way. I'm going to tell you, it's phenomenal.
The
I can see how that's a part.
These formulas, the oils are ancient Chinese formulas that I'm really grateful to be able to utilize. So with the gua sha, essentially it's mostly, the motion is quite simple. Both of these are considered at-home remedies. So with the gua sha, just along the tissue or wherever we're wanting to work, and just do more of this scraping motion. And I really enjoy using gua sha for neck and shoulder tension, but I'll also use it in the forearms, and you can utilize this really anywhere in the body that there is pain. But essentially this is the motion. So, and different areas or different intentions. So if we're using this for more musculoskeletal issues, aches and pains, I'll stay on that site until what's called petechia, or these red spots, show up, because that's where there's stagnation, where we want to promote the body's healing mechanism. So with gua sha, this is essentially it. But where I would do it, if you were coming in with a complaint, is that I would work that tissue from anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. And that can be sometimes by itself, but a lot of times in conjunction with the modalities we just described.
Many, if at an acupuncture treatment in Lokahi, what's standard is that we generally would use cupping or gua sha in addition to acupuncture. So it's my feeling that these all work best together. Awesome.
That's terrific. Well, I hope you guys got some great information today on just the amazing benefits, and really just a little bit of a 101 education and tutorial on Chinese medicine in general, and some of the different modalities that exist out there to take care of yourself, take care of your body, to improve the way you move and think, de-stress, get out of pain, a little bit of everything. So Sarah, thanks so much for the demos. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yes.
Till next time, everybody.